Welcome to this first video on Microsoft Word. In this video, we will give a brief introduction to the program, and we will see in which cases it is used and what its main functions are. Microsoft Word is a writing program that can be used both for study and for work. It can be found on the Microsoft website and very often already installed on the computer. You can purchase it or do a trial period, but there are also free alternatives such as LibreOffice or OpenOffice. Let's open Microsoft Word now. Once we open it, the first thing we see is the home page, as it says on the top left of the screen. In this window, we find a series of documents that we could use, such as the blank one, which is an empty document. And next to it, we have a series of templates that have a predefined formatting that we can obviously modify. Below these documents, we have the section recommended for you, which recommends a series of documents that we have modified recently. Then we have the recent documents that are the ones that we opened last, the favorites, and the share with me. Let's see the templates better now by clicking on New on the left side of the screen. As we can see, we have a new page. On the top of this page, we have the documents that we have already used. In this case, I had already used the blank document and this template. But here we have a series of other templates that we can click on, such as this one. And by clicking on Create, it will install it and open it in a few seconds. Of course, we can change every single thing inside of this document. As of right now, we don't really need this document, so we can go back to File by clicking on the top left of the screen and open a blank document. Here we can see the main interface of Word. In this video and then in the following ones, we will slowly see all the functions of Microsoft Word. Starting now from the quick access commands. The first quick access command is the autosave that only works if we connected our Word account to cloud. In that case, if we click on this icon, it will automatically save all the changes we make on our file. The next quick access command is the one to manually save our file. If we click on it, we can change the file name and choose where to save it on our computer. In this case, we have nothing to save, so we click on cancel. And let's see now the next quick access commands that are undo and redo. As of right now, we cannot use them because we have made no changes on our file. But if we write something, you can see now that these two commands are enabled now. And if we click on undo, it will delete the last thing we typed. But if we click on redo, it will come back. The next quick access commands are this arrow that allows us to customize the quick access toolbar, but right now we will leave it as it is. And then we have this command that allows us to change the file name and save it once again. The next and last quick access command is the search bar that allows us to search for different features. Let's see now the other features of Microsoft Word, starting from the File tab that we can open by clicking on File on the top left of our screen. As you can see, it opens the home page that we've seen before, but on the left of the screen, we have a series of other tabs that we haven't looked at, with the new one, we have the same templates that we had before. If we click on open, it will open files from our computer. With share, we can share our files. On info, we have a series of information about the documents and our account. With save and save as, we can save our files and choose what format to save them as. With print, we can, of course, print our document. Export allows us to save it as a PDF or XPS. With transform, we can transform our file to a web page. As of right now, we don't need it, so let's close this window and go back to File. If we click on Close, it will close our file. As you can see, we'll open this window again to make sure that we save the file, because right now we made some changes, but we didn't save it. So we can do it now. If we click on Don't Save, the file won't be saved, but it will be closed. And if we click on Cancel, which is what we're going to do right now, the file will remain open. Let's go back to the File tab and see the Option tabs, because the Account one just gives us some information about our Microsoft account. So let's open the Options tab. And as you can see, you get a series of general options about Word that we can change. As of right now, they are too advanced for us, so we will see them later on. Let's see now the Home tab, which is the one that opens automatically when we open a new document. As you can see, we have this ribbon with a series of features that are divided in various groups depending on what they do. As you can see, the first group is the clipboard one, which has commands such as copy and paste. Then we have the font group with all the commands to change the font, which is the style of the typography. Then we have the commands for formatting the paragraph. We have the group styles that are formatting styles already saved on Microsoft Word. We have the group editing with commands that we will see later on. The group voice, which allows us to use voice typing. By clicking on this icon, it will now listen to what I'm saying and write it down for me. We don't need it now, so let's close it and go back so that it deletes what it just wrote. Then we have the group sensitivity that is now not available. We have the editor commands that we will see later on, just like the add-ins. At the end of the home ribbon, we have this arrow that will open a series of options for a ribbon. As you can see, right now it's set on always show ribbon, but as you can see, there are other options. So let's try them out. Let's click on full screen mode. That will hide the ribbon and it will only show the page of our file. To go back to the ribbon, we click on these three dots on the top right of our screen and it will come back. So let's go back to the options and see the next one, which is show tabs only. As you can see, it will show all the tabs. So file, home, insert, but no ribbons. But to get it back, it's really easy. We just click on the home tab. And as you can see, the ribbon is back. So let's see the next option, which is hide quick access toolbar. And as you can see, the quick access commands that we saw earlier are no longer showing. Let's now go back to the settings that we had at the beginning. So always show ribbon and show quick access toolbar. And let's now see the commands that we find on the bottom left of our screen. The first one page 101 shows us the number of pages that we have on our file. If we click on it, as you can see, it will open this navigation tab that as of right now, since we have only one page, is not useful, but we will see it later on when we have a larger file. Of course, right now it says page 101 because we are viewing the page number 1 and we have only one page on our file. But if we have, for example, a 15 pages file and we are viewing the third page, it will say page 3 of 15. Then next to it, we have the word count that will count for us the number of words in our file. Then we have the command for proofing errors. If we click on it, it will open the editor tab that right now is suggesting us a grammar correction. As you can see, it says 1. If we click on it, it suggests us to add a full stop at the end of our sentence or an exclamation point. So if we click on it, it will tell us that we have now finished reviewing the editor suggestions. If we click OK, we can see the rest of the editor tab that right now is telling us that nothing else is wrong in our file, so we can close it. Here we can see the language that has been selected for this file, and by clicking on it, we can change it. Here we have the option for text prediction that we can set on and off by clicking on it. But as of right now, it's on and we will leave it like that. So let's click on cancel. And the last option on the bottom left of our screen is the accessibility. That by clicking on it, will open the accessibility assistant that will make sure that the file that we are editing is accessible for everyone. For example, it will check the contrast to make sure that the file is easily readable. And it will also check a series of other things that maybe we will check out better later. Let's go now to the bottom right of our screen and look at these other options. The first one is the focus mode. If we click on it, it will go automatically on focus mode. So everything will go black. And as you can see, the tabs and ribbons are no longer showing, just like the quick access commands. And the only thing that remains the same is the page of our file. To exit the focus mode, we click on these 3 dots on the top center of our screen. As you can see now, it shows the tabs and the ribbon. And if we go on the bottom right of our screen and click on focus mode again, it would exit that mode. Next to it, we have the read mode that will show us the document as if it were a book. But right now that we only have one page and just 5 words, it's not really obvious, but we will see it again when we have a longer file. The other modes are print layout that will go back to the usual layout, and web layout that will show us the file as if it were a web page. Now let's go back to the normal layout, which is the print layout, and see the zoom in and zoom out command. If we click on the minus, of course it will zoom out. And if we click on the plus, it will zoom in. But we can also click on the percentage and choose a specific percentage in which we want to view our file. Or we can write a number like 87. You click OK, and it will automatically go to that setting. Let's go back now to 100. Now that we've seen all the options on the bottom right of our file, let's go back to the ribbon, because I want to show you that if you don't know what a specific feature does, we can just hover on top of it. And as you can see, this little window will appear. and tell us what that feature is for. For example, bold makes our text bold. If we go on another one, as you can see, it will tell us again what it is for, and so on. In addition to that, every group of features has a series of options that are not visible unless you go on this little arrow that is on the bottom right of every group. If we click on it, it will open these advanced options and settings that right now we don't need to see, but they will be useful later on. Let's see now how to personalize the ribbon. As we saw earlier, if we click on this arrow, we can customize the quick access toolbar, but we can do the same with the ribbon. By right-clicking on the ribbon, it will show us these options. If we click on Add to Quick Access Toolbar, it will add the feature that we clicked on to the toolbar. But if we want to remove it, we right-click on Feature and click on Remove from Quick Access Toolbar. Let's see now the other option that it was showing us on the ribbon. We have Hide Quick Access Toolbar that will do exactly that. So we don't see the Quick Access Toolbar. We can show it again. Then we have the option Customize the ribbon that will open these advanced options where we can see all the features that are available on Word and that we can add to the ribbon. Right now we will leave it as it is. So we click on Cancel. And let's now see the last option, which is Collapse the ribbon. That will just hide the ribbon from us, but we can see it again by clicking on the tab and either right-clicking on the ribbon and click again on Collapse the ribbon, or if you remember, we saw earlier, we click on this little arrow on the right side of the screen and we can click on Always Show the ribbon. Now that we've done a simple introduction on the main interface of Word, let's see how to save our file. There are various ways to save our file. As we saw earlier, if we click on the File tab, we have the option Save and Save As. But if we remain on the main interface, we still have the option to manually save the file. We can change the name on the file. For example, I will call it video 1. We can choose where to save it on our computer and then save it. This file has now been saved as a Word document, but if we want to save it as a PDF, we can click on File, go on Export, and click on Create PDF. It will open this window that will let us choose where to save it. And as you can see, it says that this file is being saved as a PDF, which is what we want to do right now. So we click on Publish, and now the file has been saved both as a Word document and as a PDF. If you look on our computer for the file saved as a Word document, it will automatically reopen this page. But let's see how the file looks as a PDF. This is our file as a PDF, so it looks pretty much like it did on Word, because it's still a blank page with just these few words. But as you can see, it's a PDF file, which is exactly what we wanted. So this is everything for this first video class. Stay tuned for the next ones and subscribe to the channel to support us and watch the other videos.